I am guilty of mind wandering. I don't always pay attention. I get distracted and I have a tendency to daydream. My mind can be in several different locations, but not necessarily focused on one location itself. My daughter can be the same way. And something we've realized is that our minds wandering can have a negative effect on our education, work, and the relationships with the people around us. Thankfully, we are not alone. Psychology Today states that just under half of our time is spent mind wandering. Thankfully, there are tools available to help us with this. Such tools include the practice of mindfulness. To enhance our mindfulness, my daughter and I have decided to embark on a new journey to learn how to play the violin. So far on our journey, we have incorporated 4 foundations to mindfulness that focus on our mindset, our emotional awareness, our body, and our truth. I would like to discuss with you the beginning of our journey and how each of those 4 foundations of mindfulness was incorporated into that. I'd like to first start talking about the focus of our mindset. This was an important thing for us and probably a little challenging. When learning how to play the violin, it was important that we were able to focus on the instruction that was being given. We did decide to have a virtual instruction, to watch videos on demand, so that way it would help reduce travel time. We could watch it on our own schedule, and it's something that we could go back and review if maybe we didn't get it the first time. It is extremely important that we were aware of what kind of state of mind we were in at that moment to make sure that we did not get distracted or miss information. It is important that we were able to focus, that there wasn't a lot of things in our environment that might take our attention away. It's also important to realize when we were getting distracted, when maybe we were a little bit scattered. That way we could understand why it was happening and ways to overcome that. So that way we can bring our focus back to what it is that it needed to be, which would have been following the instructions. Now, in addition to our state of mind, we did have the opportunity to be emotionally aware. Going into this, we were so excited and eager at the opportunity to learn a new instrument. It's something I've been wanting to do since I was a child, and something that both my daughter and I were excited about that we could do together. Throughout the process, though, we began to feel other types of emotions. There were some challenges along the way where producing a sound was difficult, or maybe the sound we were making was unpleasant. And it was frustrating when we couldn't produce the sound that we wanted to make. It's important to recognize those negative feelings, especially when learning a new task, because it could lead to the wanting to give up or not to feel good enough. Being aware of our emotions allowed us the opportunity to understand why we were feeling that way and how to overcome them. It's not just about the negative emotions, though. It also gave us an opportunity to understand the positive emotions that we felt, such as when we finally were able to produce the right sound. It was a great achievement. It provided a lot of feel-goods, and it wanted us to practice more. So understanding our emotions and our reactions to them and how we can adjust was very important throughout this process. Now that I focused on emotional states of mind, I would like to move to the mindfulness of the body. Being aware of our body played a large role in being able to play the instrument. It was important that we focused on our breathing, that we remained calm, that we had good posture, and also that we were positioned to hold the instrument appropriately. The violin does need to be held in a specific way at an angle, and the bow also needs to be held in a specific way, um, and our fingers positioned just so. If we did not pay attention to the movements of our body, it could result in dropping of the instruments, not being able to apply pressure to the bow in the right amount, and really unpleasant sounds. It was something that we practiced and something that took time, but it did help us understand the movements of our body, our reactions of our body, and also to help instill that calmness with our breathing. Now finally, I would like to view the fourth foundation of mindfulness, which is that of truth. It's important that we are honest with ourselves, and finding the truth cannot always come easily. Often, the way that we think, the way that we feel, can cloud the way that we see things. So it is important to have a balance of our mind, emotions, and body coming into play when it comes to our truth. It helps us see things for as they are without judgment. So the truth of the matter is, it doesn't have to be good, it doesn't have to be bad, but we're two people learning how to play an instrument. We're not proficient, but we are learning. We're overcoming obstacles. We understand our place and in the surroundings in which it's happening. Now today I have covered the journey as related to mindfulness and how it has enhanced my mindfulness. The violin has helped me focus my mind. It helped me focus on my feelings, increase awareness of my body, as well as understanding my truth. It was stated that to cultivate the healing power of mindfulness requires much more than mechanically following a recipe or a set of instructions. This was said by John Kabat-Zinn. And I do believe it means that the practice of mindfulness doesn't have to be just one way. There's more than one right way to do this, and there's more than one right activity that this can be found in. I found mine in learning a new instrument. Do want to thank you for taking the time and viewing my information today regarding my journey in learning the violin as well as enhancing my own mindfulness.